A man once disappeared for 10 years, not because he was lost, but because he was building a version of himself the world could no longer ignore. There was a man named Kaido. He wasn't poor, he wasn't stupid, he wasn't unlucky. He was average, and that was his real problem. Every year, he watched people rise above him. Younger men overtook him. Older men surpassed him. Friends became bosses. Enemies became millionaires. And he remained almost successful, almost disciplined, almost confident, almost great. One night, after losing another opportunity, he snapped. He locked himself in his small one-bedroom apartment, turned off the lights, and sat in the darkness for hours. Not sleeping, not crying, just thinking. And then he whispered 7 words that changed his life. If I can't beat the world, I will rebuild myself. The next morning, he quit the version of himself he had been for 30 years, and he started the dark decade. 10 years that nobody saw. 10 years that nobody applauded. 10 years where he disappeared from parties, gossip, distractions, and noise. But he wasn't hiding, he was sharpening. While others chased entertainment, he chased discipline. While others wasted energy on women, he invested energy in purpose. While others begged for validation, he built unshakable confidence in silence. Year after year, he became a different creature. Year 1, he broke old habits. Year 2, he mastered his skills. Year 3, his mind became still and deadly focused. Year 5, his network transformed, the wrong people disappeared. Year 7, opportunities began to find him. Year 10, he stepped out of the darkness. Except this time, he was almost anything. He was powerful, focused, disciplined, respected, and above all, dangerous in the right way. People didn't recognize him. Some said he changed. Others said he thinks he's better than us. But the wise ones knew the truth. He didn't change. He finally became the man he was meant to be. And here's the message most men avoid. You don't need more inspiration. You need isolation. You don't need more motivation. You need transformation. And transformation always begins in the dark. Sometimes disappearing from the world is the only way to return with a power the world cannot deny. And Kaito learned something most men never understand. When you stop trying to be seen, you start becoming someone worth seeing. In that decade of silence, he discovered a brutal truth. The world doesn't reward the loud. The world rewards the prepared, the disciplined, the sharpened, the man who worked in the shadows while others begged for attention. He realized that success isn't a doorway you walk through. It's a weight you must be strong enough to carry. But most men want the reward without the resistance. They want visibility without discipline, respect without sacrifice, greatness without pain. Kaito wanted none of that. He wanted something deeper, self-mastery. Because once a man masters himself, he becomes dangerous in a way the world cannot control. So when he returned after 10 silent years, he didn't announce his comeback. He didn't tell anyone what he had been doing. He didn't need to. His presence spoke louder than his words ever could. People felt it before they understood it. A man who has spent years in the dark carries a different kind of energy. A calm energy. A powerful energy. An energy that says, I built myself from the ashes, and there's nothing you can take from me now. His old friends tried to reconnect, not out of love, but because they sensed the new version of him could open doors. He didn't reject them. He simply walked at a pace they could no longer follow. You see, when you grow in silence, you don't outshine people. You outgrow them. And the people you once chased slowly begin to chase you. But the greatest transformation wasn't how others saw him. It was how he saw himself. He was no longer a man controlled by fear, distraction, or doubt. He no longer needed approval. He no longer needed applause. He no longer needed external validation. Why? Because a man who spends a decade with his own thoughts learns the one skill that makes him unstoppable. He becomes comfortable being alone. And a man who is comfortable alone cannot be manipulated, cannot be broken, cannot be rushed, cannot be controlled. He chooses his battles. He protects his energy. He moves with intention, not emotion. That is the power silence gave him. And here is the real message, the one most men avoid. If you want to transform your life, you must first transform your environment. And if your environment won't change, you must leave it. Not forever, but long enough to outgrow it. Because when you disappear for the right reasons, you return as someone the world is forced to respect. A man sharpened by solitude. A man rebuilt by discipline. A man who no longer chases anything. Because everything he once chased is now on its way to him. And just like Kaido, you will realize the dark doesn't destroy you. It reveals you.